Welcome to Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast.
Welcome into Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Daniel Hayes, with Matt Baker.
That's me.
You can find us at avgffpod.com. You can go there, go follow, click the buttons to go to Apple and Spotify, and you can go to our Podbean there, and it has you click that button, and it'll take you where there's other options of podcast carriers that you can look at or listen to us on there as well. You can also listen to us on YouTube. If you look for us there under Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast. We also are on YouTube podcasts as well. And you can find us on Facebook. So go look us up. Go give us a like, a follow, subscribe. I did see we got some new followers on Facebook, so that's pretty nice to see and whatnot. So we do appreciate all the love, all the support for just two average dudes drinking beer and talking shit. So
as much shit as we can.
We don't really have a beer of the week, but we'll go ahead and shout it out. We do have an alcoholic beverage of the week. Now, this isn't something we haven't had before. We've had many a times, but since Matt got it for us, we have I have a Mountain Dew, hard Mountain Dew Code Red. It tastes just like Mountain Dew Code Red, but it has a little bit of alcohol in it.
There's a little bit in there.
It's only 5%?
Yeah, 5% alcohol, but it's still.
But it's in a 24-ounce can, so that's nice.
It's rather tasty.
Yeah, it's very delicious. Tasty. It tastes just like mine tastes just like a Code Red. You can't even tell it's got alcohol in it.
I'm over here sipping on a Baja Blast. By the way, both are zero sugar.
Yep.
And it's just
for any of y'all give a shit when you're drinking your alcohol.
If you're worried about them sugars, these ain't got them. But yeah, it's really good. Like I like the Baja Blast. That's my favorite. And I mean, even if we were talking regular Mountain Dew, I love Code Red. That's like my jam. But there's just something about. I think when I drink alcohol, I do kind of want to still.
Yeah,
know
I will
that I'm
say the Baja
alcohol.
Blast. You do. There's a hint of it that says, "Hey, this is alcohol."
It's got a little trail.
Yeah, on the Code Red, it's like, no, this is no alcohol in this, dude. You're fine. Drink as much and as fast as you want.
75 of these right now. Just know there's no sugar. So
yeah, no sugar. You're not gonna have a diabetic issue, and there's no alcohol based off of the taste.
You'll be good.
Yeah. So those are that's the alcoholic beverage of the week. Any of y'all who want to give a shit for drinking flavorful drinks, go fuck yourself. I say that with all the love.
Very, very. We mean it from our heart.
We are not alcohol snobs. No. I've been known to pop a seltzer here and there.
I've been known to finish other people's hot beers. So, so there you go. I mean,
if I get drunk enough, I don't give a shit what it is. I'll drink. I'd like a wine. What is a liqueur?
Oh yeah. Just whatever it is.
I'll get some amaretto, some triple sec. I'll drink it or whatever. All right. Well, let's hit on a little bit of news. I just spilled my beer.
You're good. Talk the news.
I got to figure out how to turn it off. Nope, that's not it. It's all falling apart. I went to hit the button and I knocked over my beer. Thankfully, there's no electronics currently in the way. I had to block that. All right. Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, Matt's run off to get some towels, some paper towels. We used to keep a roll in here, but we used it all up. And all right, well, we're going to hit on the news real quick. Big news is James Cook got paid finally. We weren't sure. Yeah, for the Ray Davis love. We weren't sure if it was going to come down the line or if they were going to keep playing contract chicken and see who would blink first. But it looked like the Bills finally blinked. But he got a 4-year deal, $48 million, 30 of it guaranteed. So that is a substantial contract. That means he is the dude. They invested in him as the dude. Ray Davis is still interesting as a cuff, but as long as Cook is healthy, he's going to be getting the lion's share, I believe.
Yeah, he will. Just please don't. I saw a meme earlier that's like, in his first year with the Bills, he scored like 4 touchdowns, and then his second year with the Bills, he scored 8 touchdowns.
Right.
And then his third year with the Bills, he scored 16 touchdowns. So he's in pace for next
32
year.
this year.
It's gonna be more than I think it was like. Maybe
I thought he scored 16 last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but
so he's been doubling every year. So he scored 4, 8.
Maybe
16.
it was like 1, 8, 16, and then next year it's supposed to be 72. It's supposed to be like 4 times every year.
Okay.
But it was like an insane number. Like at this rate, he should definitely get us 72 touchdowns this year. So
that's hilarious.
Get him while you can still afford him.
I'll tell you what, if Homie puts in 72 touchdowns this year, whoever has him is going to win. I don't care. You can bench the rest of your players. You're going to win with James Cook.
Yeah, you won't have to do anything else.
But yeah, so that was the big news that came down the line. There's some other interesting news involving Rashee Rice. So they are going to have a hearing for him until September the 30th. And the NFL is not going to do anything until he has this disciplinary hearing by all accounts. So September the 30th, that's going to be a couple weeks into the season, 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So that'll be 3 games. And depending on what comes out of that hearing, then they'll hand down the punishment. So there's a chance that you could get the first 4 weeks out of Rashee Rice. You still could get a whole season out of him, and then they could just push everything as far as the punishment to the next season.
Year, yeah.
So I wanted to kind of hide this news. I didn't want to bring it up because we have our family league draft tomorrow, and I was hoping that no one else was tied into the know and knew about that news, because I didn't see it come across the sleeper notifications. So I was hoping, but I was like, to stay true and keep my integrity intact, I should get the news out there to the 8 or 9 of you that listen to us.
We just won't publish it till Sunday.
Well, you're the one I was mostly worried about.
Oh, you ain't got to worry about me. I knew about it like yesterday morning, I think. Somebody in one of the groups, I was like, this shit's rigged. You can tell Kansas City Chiefs are getting a break on Rashee. He should be similar.
Oh yeah,
to the whole.
I didn't even think about that thing.
So everybody's
oh my
with
God.
Jordan Addison getting his punishment for the 3 weeks in the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
and now all of a sudden it's like Rashee's getting a break essentially, and people are bitching and moaning and all. So I mean, I've seen some. I went and looked it up, and I was like, oh okay, I see what's going on here. So I'm a little in the know, not as much know as some others.
Well, you're more in the know than I did, because I didn't know about it this afternoon. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how that plays out. So it makes it, to me, it's worth drafting him now, because I don't know. It's to me, if he's going to be out the first 4 weeks of the season, I don't want to draft him high. This may be dumb, but if I can get the first 4 weeks out of him and then miss 4 weeks after that, then I'm willing to draft him high. You know what I'm saying?
When you can get him at a value where you could get somebody else to fill those later 4 weeks in early.
That's true.
And get him back in the 4th or 5th or whatever. It's
like in the first 4 weeks, he's playing, I can start thinking of, I got to be prepared for these 4 weeks.
Start prepping in case it is a mid-season or something like that. You can get somebody else that fills that void, because there's going to be so many people within 4 weeks of the season that everybody's going to be overlooking. I mean, we could be talking about like the signing today, or I guess it was today, but Isaiah Bond. At the Browns, not that the Browns are anything, but I mean, by week 3, maybe he's, kind of getting some targets.
I mean, he was a name coming out of college, out of Texas. Everybody was talking about him and Golden. And there were even some people trying to, talk like who was better, him or Golden. But then he didn't get drafted, so he got kind of forgot.
Just as a name and as a little bit of news, kind of playing the part of it. But I mean, you get into the season. Sometimes
it's good you brought it up, because I did not have it in the notes. It's worth mentioning that Isaiah Bond did get signed by the Browns. For those of you who are in Dynasty and in drafts, deal with all your rookie drafts and stuff, you're all familiar with who that is. We all heard the name. We all thought he was going to be a receiver that was going to be taken in the first 3 or 4 rounds of the NFL draft at least, and then he did not get drafted, and now he finally got signed. It's been a while, so I don't know what all that means, but hey, there was a time where the quote experts thought this guy was going to be something. So it's worth monitoring if nothing else.
Exactly.
And if you have a roster spot in your leagues, it may be worth picking him up.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you got a taxi squad spot in a dynasty league. I mean, it costs you nothing to pick him up, throw him in there, if nobody else has already done that, of course. But.
Right. Yeah, I mean, most leagues I was in, he got snatched up.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in grabbing him just because I don't know. My rosters are pretty much. Right now, there hasn't been a ton of injuries, so I don't really have a ton of space, and I just couldn't justify dropping up. Somebody already had to get him.
I just I grabbed him like in the very last round in a couple drafts just because name recognition. You know, I mean, it's like he's still here, and I got the 11th pick in the fourth round or whatever.
A lot of those leagues where you got 412 rookie picks.
Yeah, I just grab him at the end of it and be done with it. You know, see what happens. So.
Najee's been doing some drills on the side, so it looks like he's getting closer and closer to getting back out on the field. So hopefully that his eyes getting to where he can use it again, or he's either learning to function with one eye. Yeah, we don't know.
I haven't read anything that clarifies it either way.
I haven't seen any clear pictures of it. It's like everything time you see any kind of picture of his eyes under a visor.
Yeah, so. He's got his visor down. Yeah.
Let's see. Christian Kirk. I found this be interesting. Is looking to be the solidified number 2 right now for the Texans. It bothers me a little bit because Higgins was kind of somebody I've been trying to get late drafts. I had a lot of hope for as somebody who was going to shine as a rookie, and it seems like Christian Kirk is not so fast. So,
you're right. He's not so fast.
Yeah. Actually, I think Kirk does have a little speed.
He's a little bit, but I just thought it would be funny to make fun of him.
Good.
Like he's not that fast.
It could still be that he works the outside, and then 3 receiver sets. Higgins comes in to play the outside, and Kirk moves to the slot because Kirk is very familiar with the slot. So. We'll see, but it's just that's something to monitor. Jaden Blue with the Cowboys, the rookie running back, has been in a walking boot ever since he got a bone bruise. So hopefully it didn't seem too serious. Hopefully he'll be back out there with that. And then Jordan Love dislocated his thumb, had to have surgery. The good news is it was on his non-throwing hand, but he is currently not practicing and sitting out. I don't foresee it going into the beginning of the season, but I think the main concern would be if he was to get tackled and re-aggravate the non-throwing hand, so that they may keep him out. But so I would say in Dynasty, if you're in a Superflex, if you have Jordan Love, you should have already had Malik Willis, but you may want to be looking to acquire him just to cover yourself.
Yeah, just in case.
But all right, well that's it for now in the news. Unless you got some other stuff that I don't know about.
No, that's really about it.
All right, let's pick a button. All right.
Nailed it.
We're going to break down the NFC North. This will be the final division breakdown. And then probably not this episode, but maybe before next episode, because I think next episode will be Monday. We'll have Bus back out here. We're going to try to get depending on his schedule, I guess I need to announce that too. We are going to try to get Larry Bus to do the podcast with us at the beginning of the week. His schedule doesn't allow him to be here on the back half of the week, but usually on Mondays he's free, so we're going to try to start working that in. We can get a third voice in here, at least on the podcast where we're kind of recapping the previous week, so that'll be fun. And I think next episode we're going to try to do a mock draft, but before we do that, we may break down. We're going to have 2. I think is that what we did last year? We have 2 smashes, 2 passes, and 2 sleepers for each conference.
For each conference
AFC,
NFC,
that we ride with for the season. Yeah. And so we'll do that. We'll have 2 smash, pass, and sleepers that we will throw out there as ours. That out of all the ones we've chosen thus far.
Yeah, Bus will have to come up with his own. He hasn't
I might really put it on him. I maybe if he wants to, by all means, we'll shoot him a text and let him know we're doing that. So if he wants to prepare for that, either that or he can just make fun of us for our decisions.
And that's perfectly acceptable. I mean, a lot of mine should be made fun of, and if not now, then the end of the season we'll be making fun of them. So
yeah, we do try to hold ourselves a little bit more accountable than most other podcasts.
Oh, we bring that shit up, even if it's just between us. We bring that shit up. So
we do a thing for anybody that's new. We do a thing during the season where we have toast or roast on our late week podcast, and that'll be on the early week podcast, and that's where we either toast each other or we roast each other for the predictions we had earlier before the season, before the week.
Yeah, because we have our own little segments, and we're just kind of hold ourselves accountable to that each week.
And so we'll be doing that as well, and we can get Bus in on that and see if he can roast us a little bit too.
Hell yeah!
All right, so we're going to do the NFC North. I'll go ahead and kick it off. I've got the Lions at 12-5, winning the division. What do you?
I have the same thing except with 10-7 record.
I was like, wait a minute. With that kind of, did you have the Bears?
No. That would have definitely threw you for a loop. But
yeah, because I mean, I could come in with.
I got them at 10-7.
The Chicago Bears at 13-4. I have them winning the division. So
that would be insane.
So what record do you have them 10-7?
10-7. Yeah, I mean it's a little different, but I mean we talked about it a little bit before the podcast. They do have a little tough schedule.
Yeah,
which way it's going to go on a couple of these games.
Well,
so.
just based off the fact that they have to play their division mates makes it a tough schedule.
They
and then
got some,
and then some of the games they have outside as well.
Yeah, so I mean there was some tough calls where I kind of took the other side.
Yeah,
just because I wanted to play devil's advocate. I wanted to be that. Oh, nobody's going to think they're getting 10 points when they finished 14-4 last season, but. I don't know. You heard it here first. 10-7, and if not, they go 14-4 again. I'll eat crow. But at this point, I'm just taking that.
All right. Let's see.
And we didn't discuss any of the other teams. So who you got second in the division going?
The Packers. I got them at 11-6. Who do you have going second?
Packers 9-8.
All right.
So two games there too. So
yeah, which the record's a little bit off. Yeah.
That's another one too. That not that there's I have any controversy or whatever, but it's just some of the games they lost last year were super close, and I feel like they're 1 year kind of more collective with a lot of rookies and young talent last year. I think they had like the overall youngest offensive talent, right? Like between their receivers and all, they were all like, wasn't it the Packers last year?
Yeah,
they had like all the young receivers and everybody.
Their receiver room has been in flux for a few seasons, and
hopefully that stuff kind of
and it's going to be again.
It's still kind of and that's why I got them sitting there 9-8, but still a winning record, still second overall in this division, and then followed closely by
I got the Vikings.
Yes,
I have them going 9-8.
I have them going 8-9, and that's close enough. I mean, there was a couple games, but I'm still unsure about JJ McCarthy. Like I know it's a SuperBack friendly or a quarterback friendly.
SuperBack. That sounds like an amazing position.
If he comes out as a SuperBack,
first of all, I want to be SuperBack. If I play in the NFL, I want to be a SuperBack.
Super fullback.
A SuperBack has to be like a running quarterback, like a quarterback that can, like Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels.
Josh
they're SuperBacks. We're going to create a new position, SuperBacks.
SuperBack. Yeah, it should be there should be like quarterback, SuperBack, and then Superflex.
No, SuperBack.
Oh yeah,
quarterback. Yeah. Like Matthew Stafford, quarterback.
Yes.
Lamar Jackson, SuperBack. Josh Allen, SuperBack.
So you could play like a 10-man league. Are there 10 SuperBacks in the league?
No, there's only probably if you consider rushing Hurts. Hurts is a SuperBack. Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, and Lamar
Jackson.
So there's four that I would because there's other quarterbacks that run, but their skill set, they're not good enough to be a SuperBack.
Yeah,
you gotta be able to run and pass at a high level to be a SuperBack.
That's definitely.
If you like Tebow wouldn't have been a SuperBack.
I guess Justin
he could run really, really good.
Yeah,
couldn't pass
at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, Justin Fields, might kind of be just under that tier. Like
right now he's just a running quarterback.
He's just exactly.
But if he ever gets the passing side down, he'll be a SuperBack.
He's a super halfback or half SuperBack.
Yeah. And then Anthony Richardson's he's not a quarterback or a SuperBack.
No,
he's just a back.
He's a bench ornament.
He's a China doll.
It's not good. And then finishing out the league, of course.
The illustrious Bears.
The Bears.
I don't. We'll talk more about it, but I just don't. I don't have faith in this. I have faith in Ben Johnson, but I don't have faith in him this year.
6-11.
I have them both at 6-11.
That's where it's at.
So we'll go ahead and kick it off with them. This year they didn't any major additions. They got Olamide Zaccheaus, and he's really only worth mentioning because there's a chance he could come out of camp as their number 3 receiver, based off of reports we're hearing. But in the draft is really where they picked up some offensive skill players. Again, this year they had early picks, and they got, for the 10th pick, they got Colston Loveland. Either the top or second best tight end in this draft class, depending on whether you think Warren's the best or not. And then they got Luther Burden the third in the early second round, who looks to be an explosive receiver as well. So those two alone and look to be somebody's going to demand targets. And then they got Kyle Monungai, which I didn't even hear about him, but he's been getting a lot of buzz in camp. Yeah. They did keep Swift. We thought they were going to take a running back to replace Swift. So they're we can kick it off. Caleb Williams, we're going to talk more about him in a minute, but I need to see it. I think he has the tools. I just need to see him utilize the tools in a NFL quarterback way.
Well, he had such good talent receivers. I mean, even with Komet and DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, I mean, there was so much talent around him that I felt he should have
done
emerged
better.
A little more.
Their defense was really good.
Yeah, exactly. We should have seen more, even in a rookie year. There should have been more. I mean, we didn't really see anything, honestly, until like week 6.
We would see things in spurts. Yeah. In the second half of a game, he would have a couple series where you're like, oh, there's that number 1 overall generational talent guy. And then it would be back to crap.
They'd play in his defense,
their offensive line was straight doo-doo Brown town last season.
Definitely had to try to run around.
Yeah, he was running for his life a lot. The run game was virtually non-existent a lot of the season too. Yeah. And so if they can get those things going, hopefully with Ben Johnson as the head coach and OC, they can kind of start getting some structure in there. And then hopefully, because this is one of the biggest issues with Caleb Williams, is getting him to play on structure, play on time, because he likes to operate outside the pocket, on the move, looking downfield, playing a little bit of that backyard football. And Ben Johnson his offense is predicated on being on schedule, being on time, timing routes, hitting guys over the middle, things like that. And so hopefully he can get Caleb Williams on the same page. There hasn't been a ton of really good reports so far coming out of camp, so we'll have to see. But yeah, so that's the quarterback, and then the running back. We talk about DeAndre Swift out there. We're not big believers in Swift.
Yeah, we're not Swifties in this house.
Definitely not in that sense for sure.
Yeah.
But he did play for Ben Johnson in Detroit. Ben Johnson opted to keep him. He does have a skill set that will work in the offense that Ben Johnson wants to run. And so he could be a bargain Jahmyr Gibbs, especially where you're getting him in drafts right now,
Yeah.
He was almost a sleeper for me, and again, definitely not a believer in him as a talent, but for where you're able to get get him in drafts, it was one of those where it was very tempting to say, I can go and get this guy, and I'm trying to find him right now. I know he's
right there. Up.
Oh, my bad.
Right there.
As the RB24, 59th overall, he has moved up. I will say that because I know he was lower before. So he's probably right now where he should be, I would say. So,
I mean, looking at his past, with Detroit and with Chicago, he barely played a full season with Detroit. I mean, he missed 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah.
And that's the other side is he will miss some weeks.
Yeah, there's going to be a week or two out. Last year, he had the most attempts of his career and still finished almost 100 yards less than he did the year before that. So I mean, that's part and part of that O-line.
Yeah, and they did go out to improve that. They did put a lot of effort into improving that. So if they can improve that O-line, then they can make things better.
I mean, he finished 19 overall last year. So if the usage doesn't come down, which I don't know. Like last year,
he might still be a little bit of a bargain because
Roschon's still there. So
they're talking about using Roschon as a specialist, like a goal line guy. Right now, he's not really getting a lot of buzz. Monungai's getting most of the buzz. To be honest with you, it could be that Monungai takes Roschon's position as far as being the backup, but we'll have to see. You saw the kind of offense they ran in Detroit, so there could be a little bit of that happens with Swift and either Monungai or Roschon, a little bit of that, Sonic and Knuckles type.
That 1-2 or them,
Thunder and Lightning, whatever you want to call it. So, and then, of course, receivers, you got DJ Moore, who is a top-rate talent out there. And then we got a Dunze, who we hope turns into that top-tier receiver that we thought he was coming out last year. And then they drafted Luther Burden. And so we'll have to see, how he fits into it, because they spent a high second round on him. They spent a first round on Odunze. And so, they want to pass the ball. I think they've definitely told us by their actions in the offseason. And we'll go ahead and talk about tight end, where they went out and drafted Colston Loveland. You got Komet there, but I think Komet's going to be more relegated to a blocking type tight end now. But they went out and got a pass catching tight end. They went and got an early round receiver. They already had a Dunze they got last year. You got DJ Moore. I think they're telling us they want to throw the ball a lot. Yeah. And so it all goes back to Caleb Williams. Yes. And whether he's going to be able to be what they want him to be.
Which, I mean, hell, he had 562 attempts last year. So, I mean, if they keep on that pace, I mean, he needs to be more accurate,
more efficient.
But I mean, it's low touchdowns, low interceptions. I mean, both sides of it was kind of bad. So, I mean, but without the O-line, without the run game, I mean, it could definitely pick up though. So
for sure. All right. So the Vikings are next on the list. Again, I got them at 9-8. You have them at 8-9.
Yes.
They re-signed Aaron Jones, who had the most touches of his career last season, to a 2-year, $20 million deal, 13 of that guaranteed. And then they went and acquired Jordan Mason, who filled in admirably. Admirably.
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
Admirably, who filled in really, really good.
He did a good job
for Christian McCaffrey last year. He doesn't do a lot of pass catching, but he will run the shit out of the football, and he's really good at it. They traded a 6th round draft pick to get him in a 5th round. And got a 6th round. I don't know. They did some stuff and
some late round picks.
And then they gave him a 2-year deal, and it wasn't a ton. It was a $7 million guarantee, $12 million total, but it does show a little bit of, hey, we think this guy can be something. We know Aaron Jones is 412 in football years, so
yes.
And then they did get Rondell Moore, but we just found out Rondell Moore is out for the season, so that doesn't matter.
Yes, there he goes.
Yeah, and of course, you can call it an acquisition. JJ McCarthy, they got they got rid of Sam Darnold, or they let Sam Darnold go, and now JJ McCarthy, the rookie they drafted last year, who was out the whole season with an injury, is in to play quarterback, and so that's sort of a acquisition in a sense, because he's going to be kind of like a rookie quarterback. They did not do anything in the draft offensively except take Ty Felton, sorry.
What?
I don't have no. I know. It's got to be something. It's a video on the website. Hold on. I don't listen.
If y'all can hear this,
yeah. Listen. I don't need you telling me. What is she even talking about?
I don't know.
She's just. Yeah, I don't. I have no idea. I wasn't even close to that video. I don't know why it just started on its own. Anyway,
it's probably my internet. It's just like, here, boom, I can work.
Ty Felton at wide receiver, who we hope can step up and maybe be that number 3. Could start out the season at number 2, because we did talk about Addison going to be missing the first 4 weeks. But yeah, so JJ McCarthy at quarterback is going to be interesting, but that is a very quarterback friendly system. We kind of talked a little bit about it last week at the end of the show. I have a lot of faith in Kevin O'Connell and the system that he runs, which is the Kyle Shanahan system, which we know historically is a very friendly system for quarterbacks. So I think if J.J. McCarthy is half as competent as we think he was coming out of college, he's going to be just fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And then the running back room, I think is pretty stout. They still, of course, they got Aaron Jones. They got Jordan Mason, but they still got
Ty Chandler.
Ty Chandler.
Yeah.
There who showed a few years ago that he can also, when he needs to, step up and be a serviceable
come out of nowhere. Because
he's kind of like the hotness last season when we were like, he's kind of like what the Jordan Mason is this season. It's kind of like what Tyler Chandler was last season.
Yeah, well, that and who's the one with the Bills that just every once in a while shows up and shows out. They just re-signed him. He's not
Ty Johnson. With the Bills?
Yeah, the guy with the bill. Is it
Ty
Ty
Johnson?
Is it Ty Johnson?
Yeah.
Ty and Ty?
Ty and Ty.
I was like hesitant because I was like, I just said Ty Johnson, but no, it's Ty Chandler is what I just said. But yeah.
I was wondering why you looked at me like I lost my mind.
No, it's because you remembered the name. That's why I was looking at you like that.
That's a fair fucking point.
But it was like, he's one of those guys where like he's not anybody that you're probably ever really going to roster, but he's going to have a week where you're like, okay, why is he not on my roster?
Yeah.
You know, like
he's a DFS play.
Exactly.
But yeah, and then of course wide receiver, you got the GOAT, you got Jetta, Justin Jefferson. The guy's an absolute animal out there. He gets it done. You can have whatever quarterback you want out there.
Yeah, it don't matter.
He's going to do what he does. And on the other side, you got Jordan Addison, but he's going to miss the first 4 weeks, so that's kind of up in the air right now. Who's going to step up? Is it going to be Ty Felton?
Right now, Jashawn Jones is listed behind him he's a second year.
I have never heard of him.
I don't know who he is. I don't know if that means anything. I'm just
depth chart wise. Naylor's still there, right?
Jordan Naylor's listed.
So I would imagine Naylor's probably going to be the number 2, and then
Felton can step up.
Maybe Felton or whatever. But we'll see how that shakes out. And then you got Hawkinson. So. Hawkinson will probably be the de facto number 2 without Addison out there.
That's probably what's going to happen. Yeah.
Hawkinson, a very solid tight end. He is a tight end that needs a lot of targets though, and if he's not getting targets, he's not worth rostering. But when he's on the field, he's generally gets targets.
That's true. Yep.
But anything else you want to throw in that Minnesota pile?
Nope.
Oh, they have a really good defense too. But all right, the Packers, the next one on the list, I've got them at 11-6, and we both have them finishing second. That's the NFC South. Let's scroll back up.
I'm at 9-8 personally.
They went and got Mecole Hardman in the offseason, so that means they're going to win the division. But no.
With Mecole Hardman.
Yeah.
Well, he'll play.
No, it's Hardman now, according to what I just read. It's not Hardman anymore.
He'll only play if it's a playoff game where you actually hear him doing anything.
That's true. They got Matthew Golden in the first skill position player they've drafted in the first round in like the last 478 years, I think.
476, but
okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure. I knew I'd read it somewhere.
I had to fact check before we started the podcast, but yeah.
And then they got another wide receiver in the third named Savion Williams. Sorry, I was trying to hold that in.
I like that name, Savion. That's a cool name.
He was projected to be like a 5th or 6th round draft pick, so a lot of people felt like, excuse me.
He went early.
Yes, I don't have a button to mute. I can't hit the mute fast enough. Sorry.
I was over here hitting the sneeze button on my.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just a sound.
Just randomly pushing the sneeze. There's one over here, I'm sure, but you know.
So he's worth monitoring just because of the draft capital. But yeah. So Matthew Golden is kind of the guy you want to keep your eye on, and Jordan Love. We all expect him to be healthy and out there within the first couple weeks of the season with this thumb, and. I feel like based off of what LaFleur's been saying, they want to get back to a passing offense. They want to get back to moving the ball down the field through the air. And I think that, Jordan Love is capable of doing that. And they've also hinted or mentioned that they want him to use his legs more, that they've been working on that. He's very fast. But even in college, he didn't like to run the ball. And so we'll see if that becomes a part of his game, because that could really, for fantasy, take him up. He could move him into that SuperBack.
Yeah, exactly. He could potentially,
He could become a SuperBack.
We got to figure out the stat line that converts him to a SuperBack.
Yeah, we got to figure out how, we know
how many attempts and how many, that would dictate or define a SuperBack.
I think it's just going to be about feel, to be honest with you.
Just going to be like,
I don't think there's a hard stat that because there was a couple of years where Lamar Jackson didn't even hit 3,000 yards, but he would have still been a SuperBack that year.
But I mean, if he had 100 attempts though, like I'm saying, like if we put that,
so the yards per attempt.
Yeah, well, like you looking at like last year, 2 years ago, Jordan Love, his rookie year, or I'm not rookie year, excuse me. His first year starting and playing a full season for the Packers when he had a good year.
Yeah, balled out like top 5.
He had 50 attempts for 247 yards.
Rushing.
That's
definitely not SuperBack.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, but it felt like he ran more.
No, I would say in order to be a SuperBack for a season, you have to probably run the ball 100 times as a quarterback.
100 attempts.
Minimum.
So, yep, Lamar's done that.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to check a couple just because we're talking about it, and I'm always curious. about our stupidity.
Yeah, because I can tell you that like Patrick Mahomes is maybe 40 or 50 times a year.
So 4 times out of the last 5 years, Jalen Hurts has ran over 100 times.
And that's 4 times out of the last 5. That 1 year was his first year, right? Because he only played 8 games.
Correct.
I mean, you also have to do like per game. If he only plays 8 games, he's still been a SuperBack that year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we would have to. This is where it all breaks down. Mahomes has never had 100 attempts.
Not a SuperBack.
So
he's just a quarterback.
75 attempts was his most.
Yeah, just a quarterback.
He's just a quarterback. I'm trying to see. Let's check Josh Allen just to make sure.
Cam would have been a SuperBack.
Cam definitely would have been a SuperBack.
We'll say 400 passing attempts. 100 rushing attempts minimum is what.
So 89. Josh Allen's rookie year, he played 12 games. He had 89 attempts. Every year it's been 109, 102, 122, 126.
Yeah,
he's like right. He's at 102. He's like the bottom.
Yeah,
he's like right at that
he's on
cusp.
He's on the cusp.
He's right at that cusp.
Yeah, but there's got to be extenuating circumstances. Like if you run the ball 95 times, but you have 10 rushing touchdowns, still SuperBack.
Still SuperBack.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kyler Murray. He had 133 1 year, 93 the other, but the rest have been 88, 67. So
see, he's fallen. He's dropped out of the SuperBack
and is now just a quarterback.
He's just a quarterback right now.
Just a quarterback because he still had 500.
He would be considered a rushing quarterback.
Yeah, he's just a rushing.
He's a rushing quarterback, but he's not a SuperBack.
No, not a SuperBack. We need to do a whole podcast on how to become a SuperBack.
I think we just did.
Yeah, we're working on that right now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We were on the Packers.
Yeah, working on the Packers.
Yeah, so Jordan Love, not a SuperBack, but a really good quarterback, and he has the potential to get back. You talked about that first year starting, how good he was. I'm pretty sure he was top 5 or top 6 that year for fantasy.
He was top 5, yeah.
And he was great. The reason I know he was that high is because I traded him away to get Patrick Mahomes that year, and I helped my dad get to the championship game because I gave him Jordan Love and Keenan Allen that year for free to get Patrick Mahomes.
You did.
And then Patrick Mahomes was straight doo-doo Browntown, and they carried my dad to the championship game. And he lost to my brother, but still.
Got him there.
He got him there. And so he could get back to that. I think he still has the ability. Last year was an off year for the passing game. It was Josh Jacobs' first year, and dude's a great running back, and he came in there and dominated, and they didn't really need to pass the ball a lot. And they may not need to this year, but it's also about efficiency. It's also about having the horses downfield to get the ball to, and hopefully they're starting to move in that direction. Along with Josh Jacobs is the rookie that gets broken every 5 minutes. He can't stay on the field.
Marshawn Lloyd.
Yes, Marshawn Lloyd, and was it Benjamin? Is there? That might be his first name. I should have looked it up.
I'm trying to think of a Benjamin. Emmanuel Wilson is behind him.
I have no idea where Benjamin. That's 100% who I was thinking of was Emmanuel.
Yeah, Emmanuel
apparently
Wilson.
Emmanuel and Benjamin are the same. If I could have got Emmanuel, I would have got Wilson.
That's I tried to help. I was like Benjamin.
Us, guys, quit barking.
I was thinking like Benjamin. The only Benjamin I can think of was the guy on the Cardinals. Or not Cardinals, Benjamin. He was with the Cardinals and Tampa, I think. But
there was a receiver for the Browns a few years ago, way back, that was supposed to be really good, whose last name was Benjamin.
Kelvin Benjamin. There was a Panther.
Oh, there was a Panther. He ate his way out of the league.
He ate. I just look. This is totally off topic, but I was looking up Drew Brees' stats.
Oh, what the hell? I mean, we haven't been on the topic for the last 20 minutes.
I'm just going to mess it up, but I was looking up Drew Brees' stats because I'm just dumb, and I just like to know stuff. And he's got 20 years experience right now. They still keep adding years experience to him, even though he's not in the league.
Because he hasn't officially retired.
It's literally, they got him at 20 years experience right
Sleeper,
now.
Until they officially retire, they
right now, he is the oldest player.
Actually, not. How do you think? Because he has officially retired.
I thought. I don't know why he's 46 years old and stacking experience points right now. He ain't played in 5 years, and he's over here 20 years in the league.
It's a good thing Sleeper wasn't around when Joe Montana was playing. He'd be like 60.
I'm going to check Joe Montana's stats and see if they got him on here.
All right. So the wide receivers, we talked about them a little bit. You got Jaden Reed, who's hurt right now, but when he's on the field, he's electric, but he's kind of a gimmicky type receiver. He's not really an alpha outside guy, but they did talk about wanting to get him the ball more. They did say in the offseason that he's our number one guy. We want to utilize him that way. So we'll see how that goes. Excuse me. They went out and drafted the rookie and expect him to in Golden and expect him to go out there and hopefully take that as well. The other room is just a hodgepodge. Watson can't stay healthy. I mean, I'm trying to think of everybody that's there. Like Bo Melton, you brought him up. He's a defensive back now.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, Dontavian Wicks is still there.
Yeah, which we kept waiting for him to do something, but he's got hands worse than freaking Quentin Johnson.
Yeah,
like he wishes he could catch as good as Quentin Johnson.
That's a very true fact. Christian Watson's still there too.
He's there. He's hurt.
Of course.
Imagine that.
Like we said, they got Mecole Hardman, or does that say?
Hardman. It's Hardman, so it must be somebody else.
It's got to be a different guy.
Yeah, it's not Mecole Hardman. It's Mecole Hardman.
Yeah, it's Mecole Hardman. Or maybe I've just been saying it wrong.
No, there's supposed to be an
career.
E. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be an E or something in between hard and man.
But either way,
I think it's supposed to be Hardman.
Hardman, yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, Christian Watson's been damaged his whole career.
Yeah,
realistically.
But when he was on the field, he was so electric. He had that run where he had like 8 touchdowns in 4 games.
Yeah,
and everybody's like, "Holy shit, this guy is amazing!" And then ever since then, he's pieces of him just fall off.
Yeah, it's just so bad. It's just so bad.
But at tight end, they got Tucker Kraft, who was very good last year. Luke Musgraves, who was hurt. Luke was supposed to be the starter, and then he lost his job, I think, to Tucker when he got hurt because Tucker Kraft was very good, and he's got the rapport with Jordan Love. So Tucker Kraft's kind of that late round tight end I've been looking at a lot of leagues. So
yeah.
I do think that Musgrave is going to be utilized, and so that does worry me a little bit for those for Tucker Kraft's production. But it could be kind of a similar situation that was in Baltimore a few years ago when you had Mark Andrews and Hayden Hurst,
Yeah.
And Mark Andrews was the later draft pick, but he took the job and was better. And Hayden Hurst has just been kind of a dude.
Yeah.
So,
he's been here and there,
and
quite
everywhere.
a few places. Yeah.
All right, and then we'll move on to the Lions. At the top, they didn't have to do a lot in the offseason. The team was pretty damn solid. Their defense was still pretty solid, even though they
were missing some pretty big pieces.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just needed people to get healthy.
Yeah.
In the draft, they did go draft Isaac Tesla in the third. Another reach. A lot of teams thought that was more of a 4th or 5th round guy, and they said, "Nah, we think he's a 3rd round guy."
Yeah, like this is our guy.
Yeah, he has been making a little bit of ripples in camp, so he's worth monitoring. But you got Jared Goff back there talking about a quarterback. Definitely not a SuperBack.
No.
This guy does not run the ball. He is a statue back there. But as long as the pocket is clean and the O-line does its job, he, in my mind, is an upper echelon quarterback. It's when things fall apart to where he becomes a. If you're upper echelon, then I guess you would be a bottom echelon. Is that a thing? Well, he would be a bottom echelon quarterback because he doesn't function well under stress. But good news for him is that O-line has done really good for him.
It's held him into the top 10 every year since he's been since they corrected the O-line.
Yeah.
He's been top 10. So
I wish I could remember his name, but I can't. But one of their major players, offensive lineman did retire, but the guy behind him is supposed to be pretty good too. So there isn't the feeling that there's going to be a huge drop off in the O-line. So that speaks well for Goff, and it also speaks well for Gibbs, the running back, who we feel like is going to become. I think most of the fantasy community thinks he's going to really solidify himself as the dude. I think last year. It was when Montgomery was healthy, it was more of a 50-50 split. I think this year it's going to be more of a 60-40 split. I don't expect Montgomery to take as many touches from Gibbs. He's just too dynamic.
And Montgomery kind of tempered off a little bit towards the end of it, age or whatever it may be, like injury,
having some issues
and all, whatever. But I mean, But Gibbs is so freaking electric, man.
I mean, boogie woogie woogie.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, he's fast. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball. He can take it to the house anywhere on the field at any moment.
Literally,
I don't care if you have one guy in front of him or 10. It doesn't matter. He can still. There's still a chance he's going to go all the way with it.
Yes, correct.
And then the receiving core, you got the sun god out there. Amon-Ra, the dude's just as steady as they come. He has been lighting up camp. He's still as good as he's ever been, and he's a target hog. And then on the other side, you got Jameson Williams, who's their explosive down the field, take the top off the defense receiver. Broke out a little bit last year. Finally started meeting that draft capital and what we thought he was going to be coming out of college. Very maligned for a few years, dealing with being suspended for various things and also being injured at times, and then also being in the coach doghouse for not blocking or not running the right routes. And it seems like last year they finally, once he was actually suspended at the beginning of last season, I'm pretty sure for gambling, but once he got on the field, and it just felt like everything started coming together towards the latter half of the season. And there's a lot of hope for him, starting out this year, and we're going to talk about him more in a second. But he looks great out there. And then we'll see what how the third receiver shakes out, whether it's Tesla or they still got Tim Patrick there,
Timberland Patrickson occasionally.
But we'll see. I'm sure they'll figure it out. But I think really the third receiver on that team is their tight end, Sam Laporta.
That's true.
2 years ago, he was the tight end one as a rookie, and last year tapered off a bit. A
little bit. It fell back, mostly touchdowns, kind of a little bit. I mean,
and we attribute that a lot to the emergence of Jameson Williams.
And he had less targets.
Right.
But I mean, overall, it was a step back. He broke some rookie records, and then
right, and then kind of fell. Then Brock Bowers said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
So, but it's still a very solid tight end, very solid offense. It's going to be interesting to see how they do now that Ben Johnson was their play caller for years. He's been the play caller ever since, I'm pretty sure, Dan Campbell's been the coach. And so he finally, he was the hotness of being a head coach for the last 3 years, I know at least. And he finally last year decided to take a job with the Bears. So we'll see. And then a lot of their quarterbacks coach went to become an offensive coordinator, and a couple other coaches left. So we'll see how that offensive staff puts everything back together and how they, attack this season in the play calling, because they're going to be running the same scheme, but that doesn't mean they're going to be running it the same way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, there's that. So we're going to head into our smash, pass, and sleepers for this division.
Unless they happen to be power bottoms.
Oh God!
What's a power bottom?
That's coming up for the season.
This season. There we go. I forgot you had yours now. All right,
A little bit of this.
Kick it off where you want to kick it off.
All right, I'm gonna start with my smash sleeper.
Your smash sleep. Well,
No,
you do.
I mean, realistically, I've got two players that could qualify for either a smash and or a sleeper. Like, they're both kind of in similar positions
in the draft.
places in the draft. So really,
ADP.
you could take either one of these as you will. I'll just start with one of them. I'm looking at Jordan Addison. Yes, he's going to miss the first few weeks of the season. He did it last year due to injury, of course. He missed. He's going off the board right now at wide receiver 37, and that's probably going to drop, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
81 overall. Last year, he got injured in week 1 and missed the 2 weeks following that. Still finishes in top 25 over the league. And I mean, this guy's he fits their scheme well. He's definitely a great number 2 receiver.
Yeah.
And you can grab him super late in 37. Even if you got to sit in the first few weeks, at least now you're prepared for it. You didn't draft him. Last year, you probably drafted him earlier thinking he's going to be in the top 20 and had to take it, but at least you're more prepared now.
Right.
And like I said, this is probably going to drop. You're probably going to get him somewhere in the 100th as a 100 overall pick. So I would imagine that, I believe that this guy's going to finish out still close to the top 20, 25 even. And you get him at 37, that's money, in my opinion.
I'm looking. You can actually pull up last year's ADP.
The ADP.
Yeah, I don't.
He went last year.
I'm pretty sure this is preseason ADP, but
he's not even on there.
Yeah.
Did he play last year? There he is.
Yeah, he was
43.
lower last year. So
wow, that would have been still there too. Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, I agree with you on this though.
Last year he finished 20 and a half point PPR, and he only played 15 weeks.
Right.
And he missed most of week 1 after he got injured. So I mean, it's like you take those numbers into consideration. You're like, he played 15 weeks. He's probably only going to play 13 weeks this season. So he takes a step back. He finishes 25, and you're getting him 37 probably later as this progresses.
Well, the thing is that even if he finishes at 25, he's going to be playing those weeks as a top 20 receiver.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're going to be having him, and maybe better.
Oh, it's a 3-game suspension too, by the way.
A 3 game. So
3 games.
So you're only missing 3 weeks. So when he's out there, if he's on, he's going to be playing as a top 20. So I'm definitely with you on that as a smash.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at what his week by week average was last year. I mean, so 21, 5, 8, 10, 13, 10, 13, 26.
The average is usually at the top.
Yeah, I was just looking at each week, like what he was scoring each week. So I mean, he's scoring you 8, 10 points every week, and realistically, week 18, which that doesn't count anyways. But
I mean, generally, if you have Addison, he's a flex play, and if you can get that out of a flex,
yeah, in that
you
late
can get 10 points with a steady 10 with the option of a 25.
Oh
points.
Yeah, with the upside, yeah, you definitely got
upside. That's what I was looking for. All right, well, my smash is Jameson Williams, because where'd you say that he's going off the board right now?
37, 81 overall.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, Jameson Williams going off the board at 28th, 65 overall. So wide receiver 28.
Yeah, that's still.
Yeah, based off of the production he did last year, he was definitely playing above wide receiver 28. And he's going to be coming into this season thus far, no suspensions, no injuries, already on the same page with the offense, not in the coach's doghouse, having showed up last year and produced for them. So hopefully, all things concerned, knock on wood, you get a whole season of Jameson Williams, and you get to finally see what this kid's capable of and what he's able to do out there on the field. He's super explosive. He has great ball skills, and he is a nice counter punch to what Amon-Ra is.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of lull the defense of throwing it to Amon-Ra underneath, throwing it to Laporta underneath. And this is why Gibbs is also explosive. And then you hit these explosive players. Either you hit Gibbs in the flat and he just takes it down the sideline for 80 yards, or you all of a sudden send Jameson on a go route when the defense has been kind of used to having to come up and make these tackles on these underneath passes. All of a sudden, boom, we're going to send you. We're going to take the top off and remind you guys that we got this in the bag too.
Yeah, here's a little trick we can do.
Yeah, and so I think I'm primed for him to go out there and have a big season. I would draft him higher than where he's going. Like I said, at 28, if I'm looking at, I love Tet, but I would take him above Tet, Zay Flowers, Xavier Worthy, Devonta Smith, maybe not Ray Rice now, but Ray Rice based off of the information we got a second ago.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton. I mean, Cortland Sutton's at 22. I would take him above just about all those. And there's probably a couple more. Terry McLaurin, I might take him over. So it's one of those where you can get this dude in the where's 65 going to put you at the 6th round. Fifth round.
So
the five would be 60. So 6th round. So in the 6th round, I can get this dude.
Early 6, yeah.
Yeah, and so there it is.
Yeah, no, I get that. I like that too.
All right, well, we'll make this real easy. My pass is Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is going off at QB 22, and he's still a pass for me. I didn't like Caleb coming out of college. He just, I don't know.
Oh, damn, he's on the cusp of SuperBack.
I don't know if he'll ever run the ball 100 times, but he could
81 attempts last
he
year.
Could be a SuperBack.
I'm just saying,
he is on the cusp.
I didn't realize, but I'm just like looking at it right now. 81 attempts. He's on the cusp of SuperBack.
Yeah. There wasn't like Jaden Daniels. I loved him. Anywhere I had the top pick, I took Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams. I did not take him anywhere. Just because I don't know what it is. There's just something about how he carries himself in interviews and press conferences that just doesn't sit well with me. And then when you see him on the field, he doesn't play the game. He doesn't play quarterback in a way that inspires confidence in me. He will make some absolutely amazing plays on the field. And then he will make some boneheaded where he holds the ball too long and gets tackled trying to run around the end or find somebody open downfield and for a 14-yard loss, or he'll fumble it. You know, I don't like not want him to succeed. If he proves me wrong, I'm happy. I want the kid to be great. I want everybody that's not a garbage can human like Roethlisberger or Jameis Winston. I want good people to succeed in it. And so I think Kellen is a good person. But me personally, he doesn't do anything that inspires confidence in me at the quarterback position, even if I can get him a QB 22. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want the stress of it. I don't want any of that, you know.
If I punt like quarterback in a single QB redraft or something like super late and I got to pick between him and I don't know, depending on what's there. I mean, I feel like I would take a shot on him knowing I could probably grab him with my last pick. You can
get Drake May after him. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, yeah. No, I definitely take Drake May over him. Another one that I think is on the cusp of SuperBack. But
Drake May, maybe. I don't know how many games Drake May played last year, but he might be.
Yeah, Drake May's going off at 17 up there.
Okay, so Drake May's going a little bit above. Where's Caleb?
22. Where's Caleb?
Am I still in 2024? No.
He's up there.
No, yeah, he's at 15. So I don't know 15. What I was looking at 22. I was looking at Cam Ward. All I saw was the C. So that's
15's even worse.
Even worse. Yeah. So like Jordan Love. I would definitely take Jordan Love over him.
I would take Drake May.
May definitely. Over him.
If I punt him, I'd definitely take
Drake look at him. I just wrote down the wrong number because I remember looking at all these guys underneath him.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I wrote down. I must have glanced back up and seen Cam Ward and saw the C and just wrote down 22.
And just went with 22.
But JJ McCarthy, I would take over him. CJ Stroud, I would take over him. They're all after him.
Yeah. That's a little crazy. Like I think that he's going to have. He's not going to have a year like the best year, but I think he's going to be where he finished last year. I don't think it's going to get worse. Yeah. And he finished 16, you know. So like if I can punt him and not pick him up till the end of the draft in a redraft or something and have him as my QB2 or even my starter just to see how it goes and grab somebody else off waivers later. But yeah, no, I mean, I get behind, you know, I would rather have Drake May, honestly. I would definitely draft Jordan Love over him. I would probably draft CJ Stroud. I don't know. Like last year kind of hurt my feelings a little bit with how that all played. And I'm worried about that team still. They get Nico back, but there's still a lot of
They got rid of the offensive coordinator, so I think that helps. But
yeah. You know, so I mean, it's a toss-up at that point. And JJ McCarthy, I just, as much as I wanted to,
we already know I'm high on JJ.
Yeah, no, so. I know. I can't, it's hard for me to take a rookie, not rookie, you know, without seeing what he can do, even in a perfect scenario system. I mean, but
I just did a mid-show pivot on my sleeper.
Oh, nice.
You can probably guess who it's going to be.
Yeah, he's going to grab Cam Ward because he's going up at 22. No,
yeah. All right, so
I'm going to go with my sleeper now, just because I talked it up a little bit last time. Smash, sleeper, whichever. This might be a smash as well. Matthew Golden going off at wide receiver 45, 100 overall. Like we said before, there's nobody that's the target, any kind of target, really. I mean, Tucker Kraft is probably the most consistent, I would say, if Jordan Reed holds the injury. You know,
yeah.
I like Jordan Reed. He had
but Jordan Reed only plays like 30 or 40% of the snaps.
Yeah, like it's so crazy.
So,
like,
but when he's on the field, he's getting targeted.
We had such high hopes for him coming from last year or the year before into this last year, and it was a little disappointing.
Yeah,
but they drafted Matthew Golden to be the guy, so they're gonna push the ball his way. And I mean, Jordan Reed finished in the top, I want to say it was top 20, and he only had like 70 targets, which is really low. And if they can do that with Matthew Golden and he can come down, you know, it works out, he could easily be way higher than 45. Yeah, I mean, he could be like 22.
If he finishes a wide receiver 30, you're like, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's money. It's money well spent. You just 100 overall. He's a flex play. And he could easily move into a wide receiver 2 spot for your team, and you could play somebody else in flex if need.
I mean, just for context, Calvin Ridley is going off a wide receiver 30. That's 71. If you're telling me I mean, I would consider taking Golden right there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. You could definitely play into that, and with all the injury stuff with Hunter too. I don't know how that's going with, but
So it's like I don't know.
there's an argument to be had.
Yeah,
between
Jaden Reed's going ahead of him, but it's like I don't know if I trust that. Jawan Jennings, I would take him over Jawan Jennings. I would take him over Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
I love Jacoby Myers, but I'd probably take him over Jacoby Myers. Maybe not. I don't know.
It's food for thought. It's definitely you consider it and everything. I mean, yeah,
I love it. All right, well, who is your sleeper then?
My sleeper was Matthew Gordon. I just said, but my pass.
Oh, sorry, your pass.
My pass is Sam Laporta. You just got to spend too much to grab what I consider.
I went pass. You went sleeper.
Yeah, we both went smash. You went pass. I went sleeper.
Okay, my bad.
And now I've got my pass, and then you've got your sleeper. I'm passing on Sam Laporta, and I'm a big Laporta fan. But here's the thing: what you're going to have to spend to get what I'm going to consider a middle tier tight end this season.
Yeah, he's going off. It's tight end 4
in 51. I mean, you got to get this guy in the 5th round, and I'm just like, there's so much. Even if you don't look at tight end, I'll put tight end and take a shot on Colston Loveland down in 115 or Ingram at 84.
At 84. Yeah.
Oh, give me. I
can
think
get Njoku at 88 overall.
Yeah, no, I just there's
30 over 30 places later. I can get Njoku.
Yeah, no, you give me 3 more rounds and I can get a guy that's going to get 3 points less than Sam Laporta potentially. I mean, there's no reason to spend it. Now you telling me Kittle, Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, those are people you spend draft capital. You get these guys because
Brock Bowers, McBride, Kittle, those are the ones you get.
You spend it, you get it. But then once you get past them, there's going to be like 10 points that separate Sam Laporta and
Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, Dallas Goedert. You know, and you can get Dallas Goedert off waivers before the league starts. So it's one of those where it's like it's too much to spend. Now, even if he has a repeat of his rookie year and has a like a number 3 overall, you're only forfeiting like 40 points.
Right.
You know, like if he finishes for that position.
He didn't even average 13 points a game.
Yeah.
It's like
what are you really giving up?
Right.
You know, like
so you're telling me I can get Njoku who's going to average me 9 points a game or 10 points a game. So I'm going to lose 2 points a game but I'm going to be able to get a wide receiver or a running back in that 51 spot. Like if we go to the overall, let's just go to overall and look.
See where 51's at.
So where he's going at 51 is there. So you're telling me Devonta Smith, David Montgomery, Travion Henderson. I would absolutely take Travion Henderson before I would take
Flowers, but I still Flowers.
Well, I would. So. I mean, if I had to pick between Laporta and Flowers, I would take Flowers.
Yeah.
So it's like
I might take Ted. I mean,
Ted
just
McMillan. I would take. So yeah.
I mean,
I'm with you.
There's a lot there that it's such a high spend on a position that's so easily filled, you know, like
or streamed.
Yeah, exactly. Them top 3 guys, they're money, but then after that, it's like you're spending more to get them than it's really worth. So
it's not even necessarily about what you're spending to get them. It's what you're giving up to get. It's the players that you could get.
Yeah, what you're passing over.
Well, not Marvin Harrison. He's at 40.
That's right.
But so Devonta Smith, like we just talked about, Travion Henderson. I don't want to give these players up to take Laporta.
Yeah, no. Not when you could go and wait and go ahead and grab Evan Ingram 3 rounds later.
Yeah, if you go grab Ingram down.
Right there at 60 or 84.
Yeah, I'm taking him over Debo Samuel, Stephon Diggs, players like that. And it's like that's easier to stomach.
Exactly.
I'm not sure I'd do it. But it's definitely easier to stomach.
Yeah, if we're playing tight end premium or 2 tight ends or something, it's a completely different thing.
A whole different story.
But right now, it's too much to spend on a tight end that's probably going to finish nearly the same as all these other guys.
Right.
I mean, so.
All right. Well, I'll finish with my sleeper. I pivoted from Jordan Mason to J.J. McCarthy. I had to throw the Jordan Mason in there just in case he does good. I can say, well, I did have him for a sleeper.
No, I picked the guy. Well, when we do our finals, then you can choose between the 2 of them.
But I just pivoted. If I'm going to talk up J.J. McCarthy, I got to throw him on the paper.
He's got to be. He's got to be a ride or die.
Yeah. So he's going off QB 19. I think that based in that offense with the talent around him, I think he could finish as a top 12, definitely top 15 quarterback if he stays healthy. You saw what Oh my God, Sam Darnold.
Samuel.
Yes, Samuel, and then Camuel.
Camuel and Samuel Darnold.
Did last year in that offense, and I think that I'm not going to come out and say McCarthy can do what Darnold did because Darnold has played in the NFL and McCarthy hasn't. But I'm saying it's not a 0% chance that he can't, and it's not a 0% chance that he can't do it better. But I think that he can be at least 90% of what Darnold was as long as he stays healthy. Mm-hmm. And if he's 90% of what Darnold was, then he's going to be a top 15.
Darnold finished 9, so I mean,
right. So,
he could easily.
He could be, right there on the cusp of being a QB1.
Yes,
so.
I can get on board with that. Like I'm going to say I can see it happening. I'm not going to say that I believe it will happen, but I can say that I will see because that offense, like we said, made Sam Darnold look like a Pro Bowl quarterback, and he hasn't done that in 6 years in the league. So it's like you were super high on Sam Darnold when he was drafted to the Jets, and then that year he sucked.
Yeah,
and then it's like, and then when he came to the Panthers, it's a little flashy, nothing. But it wasn't.
Like, maybe they can get something out of him.
Maybe something can work up.
No, that coaching staff was doo-doo, and then he wasn't very good.
And then he ends up at the Vikings last year, and you're like,
he had to stop in San Francisco, and then went to the Vikings.
And it's like that's the Darnold we should have seen. Apparently, he's like Goff and has to have an O-line. And a full played out scheme. A full played out scheme that works in his benefit.
And Justin Jefferson.
And Justin Jefferson
always helps.
That makes a big difference. yes. True. So I mean the weapons and it just proves that you the team has to be there to make the quarterback look as good as he needs to look for, especially for fantasy.
So there it is. There's the division breakdowns. Next week we'll be moving on to bigger and better things as we get closer and closer to the season starting, and then we'll be talking about the games. And I can't wait for that because the content provides itself in that. We don't have to sit here and talk about what we think's going to happen and what we hope's going to happen and all that. We'll see it happen.
A little less guessing.
A
little more.
Yeah,
guessing.
So if anything we say or do helps you get to that average place in your league, that means we did our job. Because when you finish average, Matt,
you don't finish last.
That's 100% right. So I hope you guys have a good weekend out there, and we'll talk to you on the flip side
later.
Welcome.
Holla.